Josh Hazelwood at Adelaide. India getting dismissed for 36, and he was the wrecker in chief.
Josh Hazelwood in Adelaide, when he picked up 5 for nothing almost and bowled India out for 36. It was an unbelievable performance and got Australia off to a great start.
Mohammad Siraj, when he picked up his very first 5 for in Test match cricket in Brisbane.
Ajinkya Rahane scoring that century in Melbourne, leading from the front, chips were down, and here he was playing one of his finest test knocks.
Ajinkya Rahane's 100 in Melbourne, particularly after the team had been bowled out for 36 and lost the first test. Virat Kohli going home, for him to step up as captain and play an innings like that was just a phenomenal performance. And you've got to remember that was not an easy pitch for batting as well.
One of the most important innings was the innings from Punt in Sydney. The 97 he scored there to help India save that test match.
Pat Cummins versus Cheteshwar Pujara. Australia knew that Cheteshwar Pujara had to be negated. They had to nullify that threat, and they got their best bowler, world's number 1 test bowler against him. And he kept producing peach after peach, innings after innings. And that was one reason that, or rather the only reason that Pujara did not replicate the kind of performances that he had in the previous series.
The contest of the series for me came in the last test, the last innings. Pat Cummins bowling quick on a 5th-day Gabba pitch that had cracks all over it against Pujara. He hit him so many times in the head, in the body, in the ribs, in the hands, but Pujara just would not. They couldn't knock him out. He just kept getting up off the canvas and kept fighting away, and it probably typifies India's attitude towards the whole series.
The one I enjoyed the most was the Nathan Lyon and Pujara tussle. They seemed to be constantly sort of battling away at each other, trying to find a way to either keep one out or remove the other.
Tim Paine dropping Rishabh Pant early on. I think he was in single digits. From that drop to where the test match at Sydney went, and what happened afterwards in Brisbane, I think that drop just changed the complexion of the series. Had he taken the catch, Australia would have perhaps won that test match, and then the epic Brisbane encounter we could not have witnessed.
Costliest drop for me is probably Rishabh Pant in Sydney. He was dropped twice by Tim Paine behind the stumps when Nathan Lyon was bowling, and Rishabh Pant obviously went on to score that 97 and helped. Well, initially we thought India were going for the runs, but then also helped them get to the draw in Sydney.
I think Tim Paine, the captain of Australia, the 2 chances that he grasped against Punt in Sydney was significant.
Shardul Thakur with the ball, we know that he can bowl. Of course, he's not been a part of the red ball setup for a while, but with the bat. So cumulatively, if you were to see how Shardul Thakur fared in the 4th test match, which happened to be his only the 2nd test, it was completely out of the blue, quite unexpected.
Shardul Thakur, for me, in Brisbane, was the most unexpected hero with bat and ball.
I'd have to say Washington Sundar on debut, coming in for the injured Jadeja. I thought he played magnificently. He wouldn't have played in too many conditions like this, a fast, bouncy Gabba pitch. He batted like a top order player. His technique looks really good. He also did a really good job with the ball, kept it tight, picked up his first test wicket of Steve Smith. So, I'm sure it's a match that he'll never forget.
I felt for a series of this quality where teams were quite evenly matched, the whole series ebbed and flowed, the number of dropped catches. Both sides were guilty of it. When you see cricket of top quality, the bowling, especially not so much the batting, I think dropped catches pull down the standard of the series somewhat, in my opinion.
The quality of the fielding, we had 46 drop catches combined with both sides, and I just think that that influenced the games that we had to a dramatic extent. But really, because it was pretty even amongst both sides, it ended up pretty ordinary fielding effort from both India and Australia.
I'll go with Ravichandran Ashwin versus Steve Smith early on, dismissing him. Because prior to the series, all of us felt that Steve Smith is unstoppable. But here, Ravichandran Ashwin dismissed him quite cheaply and then had a wood over him. I thought that just allowed India to dream and hope and believe that once this man can be stopped and neutral, they can actually not just compete but also win.
One moment that defined the series for me, probably Ajinkya Rahane hitting the winning runs for India in Melbourne. You know, it just was an amazing achievement from a guy coming in to replace Virat Kohli as captain after such a bad loss in Adelaide, to show such calmness and resilience, I guess, and for the team to bounce back, and that just sort of typified India's performance throughout the series.
The Rahane 100 in Melbourne, and that was after a disastrous batting performance in Adelaide. He was given the captaincy because Virat Kohli had to go home. He not only took over the captaincy with great style, but he led with the bat and scored a significant 100. And I think that was the real impetus that gave India that hope and belief to compete in this series and eventually win it convincingly.